What the heck is wrong with you? Hey everyone, welcome back to Lives on Reddit. Don't forget to subscribe to be a for lifer. Matched with a gal on a dating site. Within minutes, we had made plans for later that evening, and she sent her number. I called to finalize the plans. She asked why I moved to the area. Told her I had recently separated from active duty and accepted a position in the area. Later that day, she sends a text canceling, stating she had to pick up her son and that she absolutely does not date military guys. I said no problem, I understand. Informed her that she did mention in her profile that she was a mother and that I absolutely do not date mothers. What the heck is wrong with you? Was her response, in all caps with the word ding dong at the end. I asked her to clarify, then she proceeds to state how difficult it is being a single mother. Blah 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 blah. I take it all in and say, yes, I'm trying not to be involved with all that. This only invigorates the harpy. Continues to berate me and how awful of a person I am to discriminate on mothers. I tell her I'm not discriminating, I'm not prejudiced, I don't want children or a partner who has them. I have plenty of buddies with wives and children. I love kids and they love me, however, I do not want kids. And I point out the double standard, but make it clear that it's her preference to not date military guys. I also illustrate that I am no longer affiliated with the military where she can never rid of her child. I tell her whatever valid convictions she has against military guys, cool, her prerogative. Just as it's my preference to stay away from others. She tells me her not dating military guys isn't the same as me not giving mothers a chance. I laugh at her and bid her farewell, and good luck. Thanks for listening. Cheers. Edit number 1. Thanks for the support, y'all. Lots of yous have valid points and questions. Thanks for the comments, both for and against. In my profile, I did have don't want children listed. However, I can't filter to search by that because that's a premium feature. She, however, chose to ignore mine or didn't see mine. I am not bitter that she has a distaste for military men. Some sailor likely burned her in the past, aka gave her a Twinkie to go. I was more trying to convince her that I had left service and do not necessarily follow that lifestyle anymore. Also, there's a prevalent pattern of alcohol abuse, divorces, finance or legal issues, domestic abuse associated with service members. I was trying to explain that I had none of the above in my records, but I would have had an easier time teaching string theory to a chimpanzee. Thanks for the awards and updates. Guess I'll have to keep this post archived to reflect and entertain myself in the future. Here's to many more. It's funny how many of these single moms and dads think they're totally justified in trying to crap on Childfree people for not wanting to date them when they don't even want to date each other because of the chaos. Isn't that funny? Isn't it so funny how they don't want their lives completely uprooted and turned upside down by adding other people's kids into the mix? Yeah, I'd have asked her if she'd date a single dad. I bet she'd say no, or at least stammered over her answer. I remember when I was on a dating site, I specified I did not want to date women with children under 18. I was 48 at the time, and I clearly placed on my profile I was willing to date women in their 50s. Some women out of nowhere wrote to me, I am not going to find many women to fit my criteria. I was like, what the frick? Are you serious? I wrote her back, what are you saying? She wrote to me that there are a lot of women of that age with young children. I wrote back, I don't know what women you know, but most single women I know over 50 have children over 18. And I'm not aware of some big baby boom of mid-30-year-olds in the 90s getting pregnant. These are the same people who scream at their kids and talk about how hard it is and how they wish they had time to themselves, but then they get mad at Childfree people when we talk about how glad we are that we don't have kids, because it seems really hard and we like having time to ourselves. It's like, instead of getting mad at us for knowing what we want in life, just say your kids make you miserable and go. It's almost like they fell for the con that children equal happiness. But now that they have kids, they realize that children does not equal happiness. And they feel stupid for being fooled and messing up their lives. When us Childfree folks say we aren't being fooled and therefore we don't want to have kids, they react with anger as a defense mechanism. It's all because having kids was not what they expected it to be. And they're deeply unhappy about that on multiple levels, and taking it out on you because you're seeing reality with your eyes open. It also doesn't help that we live in a society that expects moms to never complain or talk about how awful parenting actually is, so it's not like women even have a healthy outlet to deal with these feelings. This is not the point of your post whatsoever, but once upon a time, I also did not date military guys. Growing up in the South, military guy was basically synonymous with ignorant racist Republican, and I failed to ever meet an exception until I moved out west. I'm now married to a veteran. My significant others put things like BLM and ACAB in his bio, and I never would have swiped on him otherwise. You might not be liberal, and if so, that's fine. But if you are, and you have any military stuff in your bio, I recommend putting something else in there to separate yourself from military stereotypes. All the best, bud. When in this spot, I take the mature high road, the inarguable path. Dating a mother in any serious capacity would most certainly entail a relationship with her offspring, causing much more pain upon possible breakup, as I wouldn't be breaking up with only you, but your family as well. Any breakup would entail far more of a heartbreak involving and affecting others not directly involved. Inarguable. Shuts them down. As a currently serving sailor, I have no interest in an instant family or local acting dad position. You will never be the priority with a single mom. She made her choices just as you've made yours. At least you're not rude about it. You'd think as a parent whose job it is to protect your child, you would want to know if your potential partner likes kids or not, so you'd be able to make an informed decision about bringing them into your kid's life. Like, what's the point in hiding something like that? Hiding it because you're scared of them not wanting to be with someone who has kids makes no sense. They should be actively avoiding child-free people for their own sake. Jeez. A coworker of mine that has 2 kids about had a coronary when I mentioned that I won't date a guy with kids. I love my kids. Kids are so cool. You'll change your mind. Ugh, I just rolled my eyes and changed the subject. I completely agree with your reasoning and responses to her about her hypocrisy. She is wrong in her opinion. But a small note, please don't call women harpies. It's not helpful to your emotional intelligence, which it seems like you have a lot of, or to your dating game. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Single moms really think the world revolves around them. Jesus. Speaking as a woman who has never had a monumental hormonal drive, but have observed it in other females, I'm disgusted that other women my age could not let their mind rise above their body. I started to see this in the late 90s when I was approaching 30. Seemingly all of my single, fun, feminist, independent peers suddenly were jumping off the marriage and baby cliff. I felt betrayed. I had thought that they were going to break the chain and avoid the trap of marriage and babies. Hormones, that is what makes these mombies insane, and the young men are blindsided or fooled by all of the hot intimacy. Military folks too. I actually try to shy away from telling folks I'm a veteran. Just opens too many doors, lol. You say this now, but in 6 months, the itch to sell dumb t-shirts or crappy coffee will be hard to resist. Stay strong and try to avoid calling other vets brother all the time. Brother? Oh God, it's happening. It's too late to save me. Run for your life. I am so happy that people are getting comfortable saying out loud that they don't want to date parents. I personally haven't found a way to say it without being labeled a raging bee. I've encountered so many men who barely participate in the child rearing, but then they want to tell me how amazing their kids are and how I'd be lucky to be part of their lives. Get the frick out. I have one question for the OP. Did you mention on your dating profile that you did not want kids in your life? Yours or otherwise? When I found my mate, that was among the first things I detailed. It was basically the first line of my profile, in all caps no less. It turned off a lot of people. Many of them felt the need to message me stating that I was not a woman because I didn't want kids. That's being kind. You can imagine the more spirited responses. However, it weeded out the people that I knew would never be a match. Now I found my match. Have been with him for a year with intentions for marriage. I'm making him wait a bit. Neither of us wants kids. Ever. He's going to get a vasectomy and I'm still trying to, after 20 years, going to get sterilized. I knew since I was 5 that I never wanted kids, but no doctor would entertain the idea of giving the okay for surgery. Point is, while she was wrong to not mention the kid, although honestly I still kind of understand why she does it, it is also wrong for you to not disclose that you never want kids. Don't waste people's times, yours or others. Yes, it's clearly stated in my profile that I don't have nor want children. She chose to ignore or not read it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't leave. Subscribe. Be a for lifer.